Welcome and congratulations for becoming a proud owner of one of our iMRS systems. My name is Wolfgang Jaksch. I'm the CEO and founder of MediConsult and the developer of the iMRS systems. With this little video, I would like to briefly instruct you how to set up and how to start using your personal iMRS system at home. We have three different options with the iMRS. We have the well-fit, the complete and the professional. First of all, I just want to go with you through the items which you're going to see when you unpack your box. The iMRS well-fit comes with the following items: the control unit, an SD card, a power plug, and the pillow applicator. These are the items which are delivered within our iMRS well-fit. For the complete model and the professional model, we in addition deliver you the probe applicator. The other differences between well-fit, complete and professional are stored on the SD card, so there are no additional items left. So, how to set up the iMRS? Very simple. First of all, we need to connect all the options we have here on the table to make the iMRS system ready to use. First of all, what you do, you connect the plug with the wall, and the other side of the plug with the designated plug on the back side of the iMRS housing. The next thing which you do, you connect all the two, or with the complete and professional, the three applicators. We have three identical sockets on the back side of the iMRS housing, and the only thing you have to do, you just plug one applicator after the other. Because the system is intelligent, it doesn't even matter in which plug you put in the different applicator, because the iMRS is able to detect the designated applicator automatically. So it doesn't matter, you could either change it here and put the pillow here or the probe here, it doesn't matter. That's all. The other three sockets left we're going to cover, because these are the additional options you can purchase with your iMRS system, and we will talk about them at the end of the video. So now we have power, we have the three applicators plugged in. Now what we do, on the front side of the housing, right here, there is the slot for the SD card. Please make sure that you put in the SD card the right direction. There is a little sticker on it which tells you how to put in the SD card. You know, just put it that way inside and make sure that you plug it in properly until it clicks. And then your iMRS is connected to its brain and it's ready to use. Very simple. So, we have the whole body application, which is here, the whole body applicator, where you can lie down with your entire body. And then we have the pillow applicator, and you know, for the complete and the professional version, we have the probe applicator. First of all, how to turn on the system. You're going to see the membrane keyboard, and on the left side there is the power button. By pressing the power button, you turn on the system. The iMRS logo will appear, and after a couple seconds, after booting the system, you're going to see a message with the contraindications. This is a legal necessity. We have to display the contraindications to make sure that the iMRS system is safe for everybody to use. You know, by pressing the enter button, the soft key below enter, you can turn off the contraindications, and for about 2 seconds you're going to see an information. What the iMRS does is very simple. It just reads out the SD card and gives you the information which kind of options you already have on your iMRS. It also determines whether it's a well-fit, a complete or a professional system. Once it's done, the iMRS is ready to use. What you're going to see, and what you have to do for the first time, because the iMRS has a built-in clock, so you have to set up the clock first. Once you see the ready-to-go display, you press the soft key below Setup, and you automatically enter into the Setup menu of the iMRS itself. Usually, the first thing which you see is the time. So by pressing again the Enter, the soft key below Enter, you can first of all set up the hours by using the arrow up and arrow down button. By the way, it's military time, so we have a 24-hour clock. So you set up the hours and press Enter. After you did that, you set up the minutes with the arrow up and arrow down button. And then you press Enter and the clock is set. We need to set the clock because the iMRS has a built-in Chinese organ clock, and to make sure, it doesn't matter which time of the day you use the iMRS, that the iMRS is able to adjust the Chinese organ clock to the built-in clock. So that's why it's important to set up the clock for the first time when you start using your system. By the way, there is no storage battery inside the housing of the iMRS. We have a high-end condenser built in, which keeps the clock running for about 3 months, even if the iMRS is not plugged into the wall. So that makes it very simple and very easy to maintain. So once we set the clock, we could go back again by using the soft key button below Setup, and there is a menu which says Volume. What you can do, the iMRS sometimes makes noise, especially when you start an application. You're gonna hear a nice wellness sound which indicates the start of a session. And sometimes there are alerts. For example, if something is not working correctly, the iMRS gives you, of course, visual alerts, but also audio alerts. And you can set up the volume of these alerts by using the volume setup within your setup of the iMRS. So with the arrow up and arrow down button, you just find your convenient volume. By pressing Enter, it's set, and with the button ESC, Escape, you are back in the main menu. Okay, let's see. To start an application, it's very simple. You look below at the membrane keyboard, and right beside the power button, where you turn on the iMRS, you're gonna see the choice of applicators. So you can press either the whole body mat sign, the pillow sign, or the probe sign to to indicate which kind of applicator you would like to use for your session right now. So do so, and you're gonna see a little picture in your display indicating the right applicator which you would like to use. The next step on your membrane keyboard is the time. Here you set the application time of the session. Very simple, with plus and minus, you can decrease or increase the time of application. For the iMRS WellFit and the iMRS Complete, you can choose between 18, 16 and 24 minutes. For the iMRS Professional, you can extend the time of application between 2 minutes and 60 minutes in 1 minute steps. Very simple. Once we did that, let's go to the next section on our membrane keyboard, which is the intensity. The intensity of the applied magnetic field. Very simple, with the plus and minus buttons, by pressing it, you can change the intensities in different ranges. It starts for all available options with the lowest intensity, sensitive. Then for the WellFit, it goes up to 200. Sensitive, 10, 25, 50, 100, 150, 200. For the complete model and the professional version, the intensity of the applied magnetic field can be increased up to 400 just by pressing it again. So you can go up and down until you have the right setting. Once this is done, the only thing you still have to do is to press the start button. Once you press the start button, the application starts. So you lie down or you use the pillow or the probe applicator to you apply it, and then you start your session. That's how simple it is. There are little remarks. The power plug comes with different adapters for different countries. You can see that here. So we have different adapters for Europe, for North America, and so make sure that you're gonna plug in the right adapter for your designated country. And please make sure, once you do that, that it's plugged in properly until it clicks. Because, you know, if you don't do so, there is no connection, and you wouldn't have any choose in your iMRS, and it would not work. So make sure that it's really connected properly, and then plug it in the wall, plug it on the backside in the socket, and your iMRS is going to have choose and can be used. So that's the general installation. For each of your models, you have the possibility to buy options. The first option I would like to introduce to you is the so-called iMRS system, Interactive Monitoring and Regulation System. This is an option which can be purchased afterwards or in combination with your first order for all three systems: WellFit, Complete, and Professional. It comes with a special SD card and with a photoplethysmographic sensor. This is a very specific sensor which makes it possible that you can connect your iMRS with your own body to determine biological parameters and to adjust the application right at the moment when you use an application. So how to adjust? Very simple. First of all, never forget to put the SD card into the slot, the front of the housing. If you buy the iMRS directly and instantly with the iMRS option, the option is already stored on the SD card. If you buy your iMRS afterwards, you're going to get the photoplethysmographic sensor with an SD card. Please make sure to exchange the existing SD card with a new one. So put it in the socket, and then on the back side of the unit, you're going to see a special plug which states iMRS. So the only thing you have to do, you plug it in again until it clicks, and then your iMRS system is connected to the iMRS. Then press the power button, wait until the iMRS boots, and contraindications, enter. Then it shows you a SD card and it says the option iMRS is already there. How can we look at the option? There is at the lower part of the display on the left side it says option. You press the soft key and you're going to see the option iMRS there. If by pressing enter on iMRS, you can enable or disable iMRS if you want. Usually you have it enabled because you want to use it. So with ESC you can stepwise going out of the menu and coming back to the starting menu. So how to use the iMRS? Connect the sensor to the earlobe. Make sure that you clean the earlobe before an application, and also make sure, because don't forget this is a photoplethysmographic sensor which works with infrared light. So in this case, please make sure that you do not have a direct light coming on this sensor because this could interfere with the measuring. So the lower the light around the ear, the better and the more accurate the measuring. So what you do is you click it, and then also very important, the iMRS only works with the whole body applicator. So you cannot use it with a pillow or the probe. It only works with the whole body applicator. So what you're going to do, you connect the iMRS sensor with your earlobe. It's already connected to the system. You choose the whole body mat by pressing the designated button on the membrane keyboard. You set up the time and then the intensity, and then you start the application. So what happens now? At the top of your display on the right side, you're going to see a heart beating. This indicates that the iMRS sensor is looking to determine your heartbeat. And once it has it, it shows you the number. For example, 082 or 068, which indicates the heartbeats per minute. Once the iMRS determined the heartbeat, it starts measuring. It takes between 60 to 90 cycles, so between 60 to 90 seconds, until it is able to determine your first heart rate variability. the heart rate variability is actually the the way how we measure how we get a feedback from your body, how your autonomic nervous system works. If you want to learn more about it, watch one of the other videos which we have about the iMRS system itself, because it will explain all the background of heart rate variability and how it actually works. This is a technical explanation, so I want to keep it as this and go on. So, connect it. It takes the heartbeat, it scans it, it shows you the heartbeat beats per minute, and after 60 to 90 seconds, a number will appear. It could be either 1, 2, or 3. This number indicates the quality, the level of your HRV, of your heart rate variability. After the determination of the heart rate variability, the iMRS decides itself whether it's going to change some of the settings or keep it as it is. We call it the autopilot. So, once you see that the heart is beating on your display, once you see that you're going to see the beats per minute, you can be sure that your iMRS is working properly and the iMRS is able to determine the heart rate variability. That's the iMRS option. And we have another option. This is the so-called iSLRS system. It comes with, of course, an SD card. Again, if you purchase the iSLRS option, you know, initially with your system itself, you only get one SD card because the option will be already programmed on it. If you buy it afterwards as an additional option, you always receive your shipment with a new SD card. And, you know, parallel to the iMRS system, never forget to change the SD card to make sure that the function for iSLRS is enabled. So, what you get is the SD card. Again, plug it in the socket in front, make sure that it's plugged in properly. And then you're going to get special LED goggles which you put on over your eyes. And in addition, you will get headphones. So first of all, what you do, you just put on the goggles, and afterwards you put on your headphones. If you want to use iMRS in conjunction with the iSLRS, then make sure that you're going to put the iMRS first, then the goggles, and then the headphones. Actually, iMRS works even better by using the headphones in the same time, because there is almost no light here, which makes iMRS more effective in measuring. So, the only thing you have to do is, when you receive your iSLRS, we have two additional plugs on the backside of the housing. One plug, there is a little pictogram which shows you the plug for the goggle, and the other one is the plug for the earphones, for the headphones. Plug it in, and the SD card is already inside. I'm going to put iMRS by the side. And again, turn on the system by putting the power button on your membrane keyboard. The iMRS is booting. And now, once you confirm the contraindication, it shows you iSLRS is activated. And now press on the soft key below option, the arrow up and down button, go to iSLRS and enter, and now you have three different options. You have music, tone, and goggles. What you can do, the iMRS has a built-in MP3 player, because with your SD card, with the iSLRS, you automatically receive on the SD card 45 minutes of anticipated wellness music. The iMRS has a built-in MP3 player which is able to play that music directly without using an external source. So, with the option music, you can decide whether you want to listen just to music. So in this case, you go on music, press enter, and then you decide whether you want the music on or off. With enter, you confirm it, and then the menu goes back one step, and then you go on tones. The tones is actually, these are audio vibrations coming out of both sides of the headphone. You know, don't get scared, because you're going to hear some weird tones. don't think that your iMRS is not working properly. These tones are on purpose because these are special frequencies which cause an audio brainwave entrainment. And again, if you want to know more about the iSLRS, go to the video section of the iSLRS, which we offer on our website, and get the information, the proper information, how the iSLRS should be used and how it works and what's behind the scenes. So here technically you can determine whether you want the goggles on and off, the music on and off, or the tones on and off. You do that within the setup under options. Once you did that, the iSLRS, and that's the cool thing, works with any applicator. So at least one applicator has to be plugged into the iMRS, and you can use the brainwave entrainment system either with a whole body mat, the pillow, or the probe. It doesn't matter. Usually what people do, because once you do a brainwave entrainment, you want to be totally relaxed, and you have the best results by using the whole body mat together with the iSLRS. Once you did the setup, the intensity, and the time of the application, the only thing you have to do, you press the start-stop button and your entire system works. So these are all the options available. Please make sure everything is plugged in properly, and if you need any further assistance, then please call or contact your certified lifestyle consultant who introduced and who referred you to the iMRS, including all the options. Thanks for your attention and have a great time.